Welcome back to my channel. This guy, I love him, Jack Cocchiarella, I think that's how he pronounced his last name. He said something that is absolutely a bombshell. Donald Trump made at least 1.5 billion from his presidency. He also highlighted that Melania Trump's alleged efforts to profit includes a 40 million Amazon documentary and attempts to sell sponsorships for it. Before I play the video, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing because we are just getting started.
A new court filing is revealing exactly what we have known for a long time about the nature of the relationship between Donald and Melania Trump. And it comes at a very interesting time because, as we know, if there's one thing the Trump family is going to do is use the office of the presidency to get themselves as rich as possible. A new report is revealing that Donald Trump has made at least $1.4 billion from the office of the presidency, and Melania,
wow, like that's a lot of money, man.
This upcoming week is looking to cash in as well, because not only is there new reporting about the between her and Donald Trump, but of course about her grift as well, which is where I want to start. Before we get into there, again, I'm going to use some quotes here, relationship and what's being revealed about how it's not actually real. I want to start with this, the cold hard cash that Melania is getting, because this is the most corrupt administration in history. And it starts with what Adam Schiff had to say about the recent Melania movie coming out.
Amazon is giving $40 million in cash to his family, the Trump family, to license this documentary. Direct cash into the pockets of the Trump family. Melania's agent has been trying to sell sponsorships for the film, starting at $10 million to prominent CEOs and billionaires who were at the inauguration. In return for your sponsorship of this Melania documentary, buyers would get thanked at the end of the credits and be invited to the premiere. Reportedly, Trump interests are also pitching Hollywood for a show about Don Jr.'s time outdoors, a hunting show. Seriously, and who wouldn't want to see it? Might be a little bit like watching Dick Cheney go hunting again.
The family that grifts together stays together, but this family isn't actually staying together. They're just grifting together. Can we talk about how much money has been made?
They are grifting together. Melania Trump and Donald Trump, guys, they are not living together. Melania Trump, she lives in Mar-a-Lago in Florida in a 70-foot or 75-foot tower. Donald Trump obviously doesn't live there. He lives in White House in Washington. But they are not together. There is no love. The relationship is not working, even though they put out this public show where they hold hands, they dance together, I love you. But Donald Trump, he stinks. His mouth is so foul and he stinks literally. He's stinking and just rotten piece.
By each individual Trump family member. Eric Trump, and this is funny that this is how it's been reported, is now a billionaire in his own right. Like, he hasn't just profited off the presidency. Don Jr. is receiving hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts for a drone company that he just joined. He's also on the board of Polymarket, which is a betting platform. So be very wary of these kind of gambling adjacent platforms that are destroying the lives of so many people while profiting massively and spending millions and billions to avoid regulation. They start by committing the crime.
Of course, they spend millions and billions. So other family members like Eric Trump and Don Jr., they're also mentioned as having significantly profited from all of this scam that they are running. The director of Melania Trump's documentary, Brett Ratner, is reportedly linked to Epstein files and has faced past accusations of sexual harassment and assaults. Melania Trump was introduced to Donald Trump through Epstein in his private jet. We all know that, but the length and the extent of scam is just getting unfolded every day.
And then they lobby Trump and the Trump family, whether it's Eric, whether it's Ivanka, whether it's Don, whether it's Melania herself, by buying a corporate sponsorship at the end of her movie. Yes, they make sure that they can influence the Trump family. But it is not just the corporate players who don't want to be regulated who have influence over the Trump family, because there's another detail about the Melania movie that I think is very interesting. We're going to, of course, get into this new reporting about Trump and her, the quotes one more time, relationship. But the director of the Melania movie, well, he's got another connection to Trump, and it's through Epstein. Disgraced Melania director.
Of course he's connected with Epstein. What are you talking about? Now, Melania and Donald Trump court filings and reports suggest that Melania and Donald Trump, they're literally, quote-unquote, coming from Jack Cocchiarella, quote-unquote, they're literally separated. Melania prefers to live in a 75-foot tower at Mar-a-Lago, separate from Donald's private quarters. Guys, these are all fake. Whatever you're seeing on the screen about Melania and Donald Trump holding hands, these are all fake.
Spotted in Epstein files. Filmmaker Brett Ratner has been spotted in one of the thousands of Epstein files released by the Department of Justice on Friday. In the image, Ratner can be seen clutching the waist of Jean-Luc Brunel, the late French model scout who was accused of supplying girls to Jeffrey Epstein and others. Ratner himself kept a low profile since 2017 when 6 women, including actress Olivia Munn, accused him of several crimes, including sexual harassment, assault, and rape. However, Ratner is set for his directorial credit, his first one since 2014's Hercules, with Amazon's $40 million documentary about Melania Trump. Now, I don't really think I needed another reason to not log that one in my letterbox, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be seeing the Melania movie. I don't think a ton of people are going to be tuning in and sweeping the theaters. It's not going to be a nationwide blockbuster for the Melania movie, but this is the only reason why she's around. Let's make that incredibly clear. It is for the Melania movie. It is for the Melania coin. Melania does not want to be there. You can see it on her face. She likes to go to the billionaire event, sure. She really enjoys when Donald Trump takes a visit to California and she gets to see Gavin Newsom, but this family is all about the grift. It is all about ripping us off. It is all about extracting as much as possible, because we know from new filings and new reporting that it's certainly not about spending any time with her husband, because they are literally separated from each other.
Absolutely, they're literally, they are separated. Now, what is even more interesting, by the way, guys, I'm playing that video in a speed motion simply because I want to give you more information in addition to that video. Now, Donald Trump's public statement, okay, how fake, what a liar he is. His public statement, he said that he has seen, quote unquote, pieces of Melania's movie. Trump, you are scamming people. Your wife is scamming people. Millions and billions of dollars by making these kind of nonsense, stupid movies. And you have seen just pieces of it, as if oh, whatever my wife is doing, I don't care. I'm not even interested. Well, you are interested in her money, in her money-making scheme using this kind of movie. Suggesting piece of Melania's movie, that's what he said. Suggesting a lack of interest despite the film potentially benefiting the family financially.
Of where Melania lives takes bizarre twist. The swamp has been on a Where's Waldo mission to discover the whereabouts of the elusive First Lady, and we have tracked her down to an eyebrow-raising part of Mar-a-Lago. Like a princess in a tower, Melania is counting down the days of her husband's second term, hidden away in one of the most watched homes in the world. Just because the couple is back to sharing an address, don't assume they share an en-suite bathroom. According to insiders, Trump makes his bedroom in his private family quarters on the sprawling 20-acre estate, while Melania prefers to sleep in the distinctive 75-foot tower. The tower's unusual design is said to pull in ocean breezes. Great, that's great for Melania. Melania was thought to be living in Trump Tower, but she changed her permanent residence to the Mediterranean-style Trump Resort in October 25, according to forms filed with the Palm Beach County Circuit Court. So here's what I think. These court filings, these documents that reveal that they're literally separated, they're not staying in the same bedroom. Donald Trump has talked about this. They don't live together even when they're living together. Why is Melania Trump in Florida? It's kind of obvious to me.
Well, they're the fakest couple, if that's a word. Fakest. Like, they are the fakest. They don't love each other, hate each other, can't stand each other, guys. But when it comes to making money, scamming people, and having connection with people like pedophile like Epstein, oh, they are the best teammates.
Reasons. That's why she's not living in New York, because the money that she's bringing in, I'm sure, is the money for Melania, set aside for Melania. She wants to keep it for Melania, and this is just part of the grift, right? Melania getting hers, her bringing in the revenue through the movie, through the coin, whatever, is just another way for her to make money. And it just goes to show how separated this family is, except for when the grift happens. Donald Trump hates his kids, except for Ivanka, but when there's grifting to be done, Donald Trump is all on board with the family. And the reason why I wanted to talk about the movie, aside from the fact that we need to talk about this rampant level of corruption in the Trump administration, is because Donald Trump further proves my point about the separation between him and his wife. When he was asked if he had seen the movie, and he said this.
Go ahead, with the beautiful red hair. I've seen pieces of it. It's incredible, I tell you. I think it's going to do, she did a book.
So Melania has found the farthest point away from Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago, again, probably there for tax reasons, in a literal tower to stay away from him. And Trump, when it comes to sitting down and watching something, which is all he does all day long, he just watches Fox. It's the only thing he cares about. It's the only thing he tunes into. He just likes to watch TV. When it comes to watching Melania's movie, hasn't checked it out. And I'm sure there's a lot of mention in him in there, a mention in Trump, and even that can't get him on board. He's like, well, quite frankly, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's fantastic. Please see it so we can get more money because we need the money. That's what Donald Trump is about. It is about a grift. This is not a relationship. These are not two people who care about each other. The party of family values, ladies and gentlemen. Really great stuff, guys. I see the connection. I see the love. It's very obvious. It's so tender and joyful. But I do think it is important for us to raise just how much this family has ripped us off, because they steal.
It's infinite. It's infinite. We know the Labor Secretary, Donald Trump's Labor Secretary, he misused government funds. And we also know Donald Trump's alleged involvement in Qatari bank accounts and Venezuelan oil deals. We all are aware of all of this fraud he's doing to the American people. I hope you're aware.
That's what they do. When Donald Trump's labor secretary was having an illegal relationship and just a gross relationship with one of her staffers, she was spending government money to put booze in her little hidden cabinet, to go to strip clubs, to take unauthorized vacations. I think she was like in Sedona, Arizona, like kicking the feet up, having a blast, drinking by the pool with her and her buddies. By the way, this was during a government shutdown. These people love to steal from you. And this is not even taking into account, when we talk about that $1.4 billion that Trump has made, the hundreds of millions that he is already setting aside in a Qatari bank account through money made through the sale of Venezuelan oil. So Donald Trump is taking your tax dollars, spending it on military action to go over to Venezuela, topple a regime for no purpose other than the oil, which you're not going to see a benefit of, but Donald Trump will stack like paper to the ceiling and ride around on 24-inch chrome because he's selling it off for his bank account in Qatar. Why is it in Qatar? Corruption is certainly a reason, because Donald Trump says he doesn't want the assets frozen or seized.
Well, just think about this, guys. I mean, are you not seeing this? His wife is involved with Epstein. She was involved with Epstein, Melania Trump. That's how she came to know Donald Trump. And now she has a film producer or film director or whatever who had connection with Epstein, and you are still denying the fact that Donald Trump knew anything about Epstein's shady work, those pedophilia work. Unbelievable. You have to be that dumb. Don't you see all of this?
Why would assets be frozen or seized in the U.S. by the U.S. government? Maybe it's because he's taking them illegally, and Congress would act. And so Donald Trump wants to keep that money for himself. It is his money that has been stolen from you and given to Donald Trump.
Absolutely, given to Donald Trump. I mean, this is insane. I mean, how can you not see this? The writings are on the wall, guys. Subscribe, like, and share this video.